Good evening from Houston, Texas. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, this city home to the eighth wonder of the world, the Astrodome. We'll see on the floor who stands out tonight.
I don't know about that, Ed. I may have to disagree with you on that. The eighth wonder of the world is the Red Rowdies. Let's get loud. Let's represent. Houston Rockets, what time is it?
They are certainly impressive. Let's do this in Houston. Jay, the Rockets, a known commodity really for the entire season after acquiring Chris Paul. The Jazz, different story. Gordon Hayward leaves, numerous injuries, great rookie in Donovan Mitchell, and this team has evolved from day one.
You have a dynamic trio. You have a coach in Quinn Snyder who is absolutely brilliant at drawing up the right plays. Even think about his path coming from the Austin Toros from the D-League, really working his way up the ladder to now being successful. Then you think about Donovan Mitchell, a guy that at Louisville was a decent basketball player, was a good basketball player, but nobody expected this kind of blowout year that he's having. Maybe a generational type player, a younger D-Wade maybe with a better jump shot, and combine that with Rudy Gobert, a guy who is able to block so many shots at the rim or deter the shot just with his length down low on the block.
Jay, a lot of most valuable player candidates in this league. In terms of most valuable defenders in the NBA, Rudy Gobert is right at the top of the list, even with the injuries that sat him out for much of this past regular season. Rubio, down low for Gobert. Inside, he scores.
Old school equals high percentage.
Now it's Harden at the controls. Here comes the screen. Rockets with 4 to shoot. Harden. He was all over him. Full throttle, right to the basket for the deuce.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
There will be no shortage of shots for Carmelo Anthony in Mike D'Antoni's offense, Jay. Why is it a good fit for Melo in Houston?
Well, a couple of things. Number one, if there's one guy you need to trust, his name is Daryl Morey. And the Houston Rockets organization is a stat-driven culture. So he understands at this juncture where Carmelo Anthony is in his relationship to his career. Playing with 2 pass-first type PGs in James Harden and CP3, who averaged a combined 12.5, 13 assists last year, will open up the floor extensively for Carmelo to knock down those jump shots.
It's Harden. Brings the ball up to Carter Williams. Screen coming.
Hey, y'all gonna have to send some help over here.
To Harden. Carter Williams. Here's a chance from long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Not everybody possesses this power, but wow, what court awareness.
Rubio into the front court. Down just a couple. To Favors. Oh, whistle.
His timing was a tad bit off.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Substitutions, Utah. Stepping in for the Rockets, number 7, Carmelo Anthony.
Rubio.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Nice pass to set things up.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
To P.J. Tucker. Anthony. Capella down low and throws it down.
I mean, with so much talk these days about three-point shooting and the spacing on the court and having versatile athletic wings, sometimes when you have a dominant big man, you keep giving him the ball. You let him be that anomaly.
To Allen. Five to shoot for Utah. Knocked loose. Rockets have the steal. A good defense by the Jazz as they come away with it. Here's Rubio into the front court. The score 10-8. Knocked away. Was it coming down? Yes, it was. Goaltending. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes.
For the Utah Jazz, number 23,
Rockets have the ball. Anthony to P.J. Tucker.
1 minute remaining in the first quarter.
Takes stock of the floor. To P.J. Tucker. Deep right corner. Oh, good defense by the Jazz as they come away with the steal. Knocked loose.
Pick up that sense of urgency. Here's a chance to break the tie.
To Allen. Rudy Gobert. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
The defense is doing such a good job of denying him the ball and really getting in his pocket, but he got that one to go.
Hey, you got the screen right, screen right, screen right.
To P.J. Tucker. Curling inside. Anthony. Good for 3.
I mean, does he have eyes in the back of his head or what? I get paid money to watch and study this game daily. Even I didn't see that angle.
Just inside the arc. At the buzzer. It's good. At the buzzer. And he just managed to get it off before the horn. That gives them the lead after a back-and-forth opening quarter. Jay, in the first quarter, if you own shares of stock in the offenses, you'd make a lot of easy money. There was no defense to start this one.
Well, the offense is hitting on all cylinders. Great ball movement, great shooting, great passing. But my goodness, has the defense been horrific. Can we do something about that, please, in the second quarter?
Jay, 48 wins for Utah last year. Good for 5th in the West. What's the forecast now?
I know Jazz fans may hate me on this one, but they'll be 5th or worst. And the reason why I'm saying this is that every team above them has 2 superstars or more. Think about Houston, CP3, James Harden, Golden State, okay? They have 5 All-Stars on their team. Portland, Dame Lillard, C.J. McCollum. Also OKC, Paul George, and you think about Russell Westbrook. Who's going to be that second superstar to go along with Donovan Mitchell is a big-time question for Quinn Snyder.
Carter Williams. Here comes the screen. To Anthony. Tucker to Anthony. Oh, blocked by Chris.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Gets a look, can't hit.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Grayson Allen. Jazz pick it up.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Grayson Allen. Going to launch beyond the arc. Can't connect. Carter Williams with it up top. They're down 3. Anthony. Here comes the screen to P.J. Tucker. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Always has a chance for Tucker, but not that time. Jazz have the ball. Grayson Allen. Sizing up the defense. Cephalosha shot, no good. Carter Williams with it up top. Down 3. And they call the foul. Careful there, Jay.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor.
Substitutions, Utah. Two minutes left in the second.
Harden. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
And ball movement is one of those great things. One of the things you learn early in this game is that if everybody gets involved, then everyone has a chance to win.
Rockets in control of the basketball to Capella. And a whistle.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 2. That's the first
Tucker.
foul in the last.
Oh, not a good pass there as it's stolen by Utah. Here's Rubio up top. Leads just a point. Missed a wide open look.
Wait, I'm sorry. You get paid how much money to miss shots like that? That can't happen.
Beyond the arc for 3. Rubio into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Knocks it down off the step back.
I'm going to be real with you. I haven't seen any limitations in Donovan Mitchell's game. He's always on balance, and it doesn't matter if you hit him attacking the rim or off the dribble. You're never going to knock him off kill. The only thing you can do as an opponent is you have to make him work the entire length of the ball game. Pick him up 94 feet, get his legs tired, and hope that he makes bad decisions down the stretch.
Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Here comes the screen. To Harden. Tucker. Mitchell with the basketball. Up 5. Has a look. Offensive board. Knight into the front court. He'll run the offense. Fires the 3. Still hasn't hit from deep in the first half. No good. Finishing inside the paint on that one. Desperation shot here from half court. That's it for the first half. The Jazz out in front.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and I've got your EA Sports halftime report. The Jazz certainly didn't have a problem putting up points in the opening half. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Utah Jazz. The Rockets have yet to appear after one half of basketball. At this point, it's all about pride and mental toughness. A comeback is not impossible, but it's also not likely. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Houston Rockets.
Game track. Steals.
Here's a team that might just be 1 or 2 adjustments away from what's needed to turn things around. They still have time to make up for a lackluster first half.
Player of the half. Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, But even the best players have off nights. Today has just been one of those nights for this guy. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
Jay, last year, Rockets 65-17. Good for #1 record in the West. What's going to be good enough this year for the Rockets to get to the NBA Finals?
Well, you need CP3 to be healthy. If he's healthy, you can make an argument that the Rockets may have won the Western Conference Finals against the Golden State Warriors. But also, I think James Harden needs to continue to build on his play in the playoffs in particular. Everybody knows about how great he was during the regular season. But those last 6 games against the Golden State Warriors, he really struggled from the three-point line. He shot 37% during the regular season. He shot 20% in the Western Conference Finals.
Donovan Mitchell at the line. And hits the first free throw.
Good shot, good shot.
Goes 2 for 2 at the line. It's in the hands of Harden to Carter Williams. The screen sets him up for 2.
I wasn't necessarily sure which way that PNR was going, but I guess neither was the defense. That makes 2 of us.
To Favors. Rubio. Favors to Rubio. The Jazz with 4 on the shot clock. Rubio. Not that time. He misses. Harden with the basketball. His guys trail now by 4. James Harden. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
Look, the Rockets don't take too many mid-range jumpers. Actually, last season, they led the league in three-point attempts. Glad to see them actually find a two-point shot relevant these days.
He was all over him. Missed the shot. No free throws. Green with the basketball. His group now down 2. Harden to Gerald Green. Shot for James Harden. Not that time. To Rubio. Here comes the screen. He was hacked. They let it go.
It's because he took his eye off his target, Ed. As an offensive player, you have to glare at where the defender's coming to, but quickly redirect yourself to your actual target. He was more consumed with the defender than he was the actual rim.
Nothing going here on that drive. The jumper's off the mark. It's Jazz ball. Rubio. Nothing going here on that drive. 5 to shoot for Utah. Mitchell's shot comes up empty. Carter Williams with it up top. His guys find themselves trailing by a bucket. Harden. A good defense by the Jazz as they come away with it. Stuffs it down with authority.
For any fans out there that thought Donovan Mitchell didn't put any stock into the fact that he was not the Rookie of the Year, you are wrong. Donovan Mitchell was that type of guy that uses everything in his power to fuel him to be the best on the court each and every day. If that was a campaign he built with Adidas, rookie question mark, it doesn't matter. That perceived failure is something that will only make this kid better tomorrow.
Who left in Houston? Luke Bamute to the Clippers, Trevor Ariza to Phoenix. So, Jay, how do the Rockets adapt without two key wing defenders this year?
Well, other guys need to step up. I think you need to see P.J. Tucker step up. Gerald Green, we all know how explosive he is offensively, but he needs to make that applicable to the defensive end. Michael Carter-Williams is another big acquisition. He's a bigger guard who can use his length to deter shots. And also another kid, Markel Brown. He played at Oklahoma State, extremely athletic, explosive on the perimeter. If these guys can do it by committee, that might be enough to eclipse the Golden State Warriors.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
Number 17, PJ Tucker. Into the game for the Jazz.
Harden.
Number 99, Jay Crowder.
Not going down for him this time. Here's Rubio into the front court. Leads 4. Rises for the slam.
There was so much debate going on about who was the best gem in the 2017 NBA draft. Was that Jason Tatum? But a lot of people think it's Donovan Mitchell. I have to agree. What a great find by Dennis Lindsey, the GM for the Jazz. At 13 overall, he wound up leading all rookies in scoring, averaging 20.5 points per game.
Rubio down to Gobert. Shot from the lane won't go. To Harden. Tucker. Trying to cash in and scores.
I wasn't quite expecting him to get there, but I can be wrong. Sometimes, not a lot, but maybe sometimes.
Here's Rubio up top. They lead it. 4-point game. Knocked loose. Rockets have it. From the painted area, won't go down. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Knocked loose. Rockets come up with it. They'll let one fly from half court. 3 quarters down, Jazz have the lead. It's Utah basketball as we begin the 4th quarter, and you have to figure they like this spot they're in, entering the quarter with the lead on the road.
Yeah, but Ed, I disagree. As a player, I'm not really worried about how big the lead is right now. I'm worried about what kind of energy we're going to enter the 4th quarter with, more important.
Mitchell. It's no good. Great defense.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Clint Capella. Not a busy night, but effective. 2 for 2.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Mitchell with it up top. All tied up. Just underway in this 4th quarter. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Lets it fly from long range, off the mark. And now Houston has the basketball to Anthony. Probing the defense. Harden to Anthony. Shot clock to 4 for Houston. Anthony. Oh, good offense beating good defense.
And the three-point shot of the offense applies so much pressure on the defense, you can no longer build your teams inside out. The new way, you build your team outside in.
him do the rest. Slam dunk.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
Knight into the front court. Leads 3. Working hard on the glass. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Brandon Knight at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. A career 70% free throw shooter. Free throw good as he completes the 3-point play. The lead is up to 6. Utah ball. Probing the defense. Keeps it alive. Gotta love the hustle. Gordon with it. Up by 6. To Harden. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
Ed, did you see what this pass just did? Now it encourages his teammates to move with more sense of urgency because they understand that next time down the court, they might be on the receiving end of that pass.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Rubio. Ricky Rubio. He struggled just a little bit. 2 for 5.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Houston with the basketball. From the outside, no good. The follow won't go either.
But you can't just be a one-dimensional player. I know you're probably frustrated by me even saying that, but when you don't even give the option to pass the ball by utilizing some head fakes or ball fakes here and there, you save the defender by keeping them on their toes with the element of surprise.
Rockets have the steal.
I tried to work the clock here, but you have to take care of the ball in this possession.
Yes, Carmelo Anthony. That's how it's done. He's 4 for 4 in the game.
And Melo will be the first one to tell you this. He's not ready to be a role player just yet. He can still put up points in bunches. Didn't shoot the ball that well last year, averaged around 16 a game, the lowest total of his 15-year career.
Wow. And they called the foul. Jay, he was there too late.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Knocks down the first.
Subbing in for Houston, number 17, P.J. Tucker. Number 2.
And gets both to drop at the line. Gordon with it. It's an 8-point lead. To Capella. Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
You never really want to foul a shooter, but if you do, ensure they're going to have a tough time converting. That's good knowledge of personnel.
Shooting 2.
First one goes down. Two for 2 on that trip. Utah's got it. Rubio. To Joe Ingles. Oh, they call the foul, Jay.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
First free throw is good. able to convert on both free throws. Get the cameras out. Flash on.
That's going to make a nice poster.
Rubio. To Joe Ingles. Knocked loose. Rockets have it. Now here's an intentional foul. So free throws coming up in what is an 8-point ball game.
Good foul right there. You want to stop the clock.
First one, count it. Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. Rubio. Has a chance. You talk about forcing things up. Too much pressure that time.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Oh, had him going there for a second. Has a look. Deep two there. Won't go. It's the Rockets who are victorious as they take care of business at home. That does it. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Rockets added a win with today's solid victory. And of course, I've got to mention how many times they scored from beyond the arc. They were so confident with the three ball, and it was instrumental to their success. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Houston Rockets. The Jazz didn't get the victory they wanted here today. I'm sure they can't help but feel frustrated with the result, but they can't let that feeling linger. Sooner than later, they need to start thinking about the next matchup. Check out the leading scores for the Utah Jazz.
Game track. Three-point shooting.
The Houston Rockets did their best work away from the basket. They used a combination of perimeter defense and long-range scoring to get themselves the win.
Player of the game.
When you see these highlights, it's easy to see how this guy earned the award. His impact on the game wasn't lost on anyone.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. These are the top 3 plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that does it for our post-game wrap-up. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. Thanks for joining us.